Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? This is Batman, Lego Batman.
Lego Batman, the movie. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and not use just the calibration from HDR movie, but we're going to use our own custom calibrations from LG 4K player. Here it is. There's the remote right there. So, Robin, you be quiet and let me show them how to do it.
All right, guys, let's do this. It was just a little. I kind of bombed it there. I kind of screwed it up. It didn't sound exactly like a
Batman, but maybe a little bit.
So let's go ahead and let's do this. What I'm trying to do here basically is I want to combine two different calibrations. I'm using a HDR cinema calibration that's already preset with HDR options. And of course, I'm talking about these right here. Let me show you. This is from the TV, so I'm using a cinema. Here, I'm using a cinema HDR option. Now, this is from the TV. Now here, we're going to use a LG 4K player calibration, my own custom calibration. And how you do that? You go to the options right here, and then you come down here, and you choose user settings right here. Okay? And you click on it. Hold on a second. There we go. And then here, we're going to go ahead and
try to adjust the sharpness.
Yes, Batman, we're going to adjust the sharpness.
Move the sharpness up to the 2. And let this Robin watch.
Okay, Batman, whatever you say. So, we'll leave it at 2.
Damn right, you leave it at 2.
Okay, and color, we should move it up to 2 as well.
Yeah, I like my colors. Let him pub.
You see how much color we get right now when we pop it like that? Brightness, maybe we can move it down a bit.
Yeah, I like the dark, because I'm the Dark Knight.
You see, it's too much dark, dude. No, we don't want to do that. Contrast and brightness, I would leave it. I would just leave color 2 and sharpness 2. Now, let's close it. Let's see how it looks. It's not bad. I think there's enough amount of color. You know, it doesn't look that bad. Let me see. I think it gives you enough amount of color. Because remember, the color on the TV, it's already at 55. So it doesn't hurt me to move the color to +2 a little bit. All right, let me see. I'm just kind of like looking at it to see if the color is too bright or not. Let me use a slow motion here just to see the colors right here in the middle where it says Reggae Man.
Yeah, the Reggae Man. Let's look at the Reggae Man with the LED lights behind him.
Okay, let's do that, Batman. You see now there's red. There's yellow. I mean, it looks pretty good. See, what I'm trying to do here, what I'm basically judging here, it's by my own 2 eyes. All right, I already have color 55 on this TV setting, and now I'm implementing color 2 outlining from LG 4K player, and it seems to me it's just a right amount. I didn't go too much. I just went a little bit, a notch. Okay, so I think this is perfect because it gives you a little bit more of that color pop that you maybe want in a movie. And let's look at it from the center. Yeah, it just looks perfect. You know, it the movie doesn't oversaturate these colors. If these colors were oversaturated, first of all, you wouldn't be able to see all this detail. The color would bleed. So 55 on the TV color, and then +2 from the custom calibration on the LG 4K player. It's perfect. Let's just see a little bit like that. Yeah, this is perfect, man. Yeah, this looks great. I mean, at least to me right now. Remember, you guys can always change these colors and customizations. I'm just looking at this from my point of view to see what's the best, what's not the best in terms of color. I don't mind having a little bit of a color pop, you know, so it doesn't hurt me to have a little bit pop like that. And I think this is the right amount right here. You know, it's not to the point where it's oversaturating. You know, if the color was oversaturating here, this whole entire thing would bleed with colors, but it doesn't.
You're damn right it doesn't bleed. Only Batman will bleed. Do you bleed?
All right, we get it. We get it, Batman. Look at Alfred and look behind him, you know. And this is what I'm telling you. Like, if this is why I put color +2 from the. Now, if I had a color 60, if it was up to the 60 level, then it would make any sense for me to move the color from the LG 4K player to +2. But since I have the color at 55 from the cinema mode on the HDR, which is perfect 55, +2, it really doesn't bother it that much. It just outlines a little bit, just enough for me to have the color pop, so it looks more three-dimensional. And you can see that color here presented. I'll give you an example. Okay, let's say I move the color from +2 to 0, and look what happens. Look how much of this color you're gonna lose. It's not gonna pop. So we're gonna go to my LG settings right here on the 4K player. Click to the options, click to user settings, and then here I'm gonna move the color to 2. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do right now. But first I'm gonna count to 4 so you guys can see the difference. I'm gonna turn color to 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so the color, it's to the 0, and you can see I lost a little bit of that detail here. You know, you still see that color, but it's not popping like I wanted it to pop. You know, so let's go ahead and turn the color to +2 again. Remember, you got to go to your LG 4K player, go to the options, and then go to the user settings, and then come here and move it to 2. I wouldn't go above 2, honestly. I would keep it at the 2. All right. So let's go ahead and just do this again. I'll count to 3. 1, 2, 3. So there it is right there. And clearly you can see that you get more of that outline of the color. Like in the background, you see that bluish. It just pops a little bit better. And it's not to the point where, what I'm trying to say, it's not to the point where it's overbleeding it. If it was overbleeding, you wouldn't be able to see this red. You wouldn't be able to see this orange. You wouldn't be able to see any of this detail in the color. This is just the right amount of color because we're using HDR. And you can clearly see it right here in this scene. Like, look at this yellow. This is not oversaturating. This is just the right amount right here that you need. You see how the red pops and orange with the Batman logo. This is just the right amount right here. But look, it looks like a Wonder Woman, doesn't it? It is a Wonder Woman by the Batman sign.
Yeah, it is a Batman. but also Wonder Woman. Yeah, she might be my future girlfriend. Yeah, my future girlfriend. Maybe.
And you can see that here as well, you know. See how the color's being outlined in perfectly, like the red here, and it's not being oversaturated, you know. You see the fingerprints right here popping up. So you have to always keep in mind, you know, when you're doing calibrations, guys, you don't have to be some super professional. You have to kind of, it's like a balance. You know, you always have to look for that balance. For example, if your TV settings have color at 50 or color at 55, then you got to say, hey, wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't put too much color from the other calibration device. Maybe I should put a little bit, like which I did here, which is 2. If my color was at 60, then I probably move it to 1. So you kind of have to look both of the calibrations. Same thing with the sharpness. The reason I put sharpness to 2, because I already have sharpness to 10 on the TV settings. So you kind of have to look both of these things and try to even them out and keep them in the balance. But this is where your eyes come in, because your eyes will let you know whether or not you have a enough sharpness or enough color. And a perfect example is like right here where the robin is.
Yeah, where the robin is. Hopefully he folds down. I don't hate to babysit this bastard.
Oh, and then right here, you see that green popping out as well. So it's just the right amount of color, you know. And trust me when I tell you, this is not oversaturating. You know, you will see this for yourself. So a couple of things you got to do, okay? First, make sure you use preset HDR Picture Mode Cinema. And then, once you do that, you go to your LG UP970, click on the info menu, click on the option, and then click on the user settings down below, and keep the color 2, sharpness 2. Don't mess with the brightness contrast. Leave that alone. Because if you mess with the contrast and brightness, you're going to oversaturate your colors. You're going to oversaturate your bright white. So you want to leave that alone. Okay? So that's pretty much how you do that. Hopefully you guys find this video entertaining, and with my voiceover that kind of sucked. I'm going to try to do some more videos. Like I said, I'm a busy guy. I work during the day, my day job. So I have 2 different jobs plus this. So I'll try to do the best I can to give you guys as much tests on this television as possible. And yes, there will be a calibration for John Wick 2. Alright guys, thank you for watching.
Alright, later everyone. Make sure that you, never mind. Bye.